Good morning, guys. Good morning, online and offline. Online, guys, my voice is clear. Am I audible? Online, guys. All right. Okay, guys. What was discussed last class? What was discussed last class? Yeah, yesterday we discussed software testing life cycle. Okay. And after that, we discuss test planning, test strategy. We discuss test planning and test strategy. What is the test planning? The first point. Yeah, every team member able to involve the test plan. We are all involved in test plan. What is the second step? Yeah, the test plan only project level. What is the next one? The test plan project to project different. For example, e-commerce test plan is different, banking domain test plan is different, and insurance domain test plan is different. Okay. Yeah. What is the next plan? Next one. We are unable to change the test plan. We are able to change. Sorry. We are able to change. If you want to update anything in test plan, it is possible to update. It is possible to change. The next one, this is our team lead. This is we call tester. What next? Yeah, what is the first point? We are not involved in test strategy. Next one. Okay, organization level. Okay, next one. The test plan is project to project different. The test strategy, whole organization need to follow only one strategy. This is the test strategy we are unable to change. This is carried out by project manager. This is we call test. Is it clear? Any doubt? Do you have any doubt online and offline, guys? This is we discussed yesterday. The next one, what is the difference between QA and QC? What is the difference between QA and QC? QA is nothing but quality assurance. QT is nothing but quality control. Okay? Quality control. Quality assurance and quality control. Yeah. First of all, we are going to discuss about QA. What is the QA? We are all comes under QA people. We are all comes under QA, quality assurance people. Okay. Quality control, that is quality or not, the quality control people able to validate. Okay. See guys, what is the QA? The QA provide some assurance to QC people. The QA provide some assurance or request to QC. Second point. What is the request? What is the assurance? The QA, second point. The QA, we will achieve the quality in this application. The QA people provide some assurance or request. What is that request? We will achieve the quality in this application. We will achieve the quality in this application. That is assurance. That is request. The third point. The QA prevent the defect. The QA prevent the defect. The QA having one technique. The QA having one technique. How to manage the quality. How to manage the quality. The QA people are not involved in execution time. The QA people are not involved in execution time, but everyone is responsibility to QA people. The QA people are not involved in execution time, but everyone is responsibility to QA. This is we call QA. This is we call QA. Is it clear or not? Shall I repeat? The first point under QA, the first point, listen. The first point, the QA provides some assurance to QC people. The QA provides some request to QC. Request or assurance. Okay. The QA provide some request or assurance to QA, QC people. What is that request? The QA will explain, we will achieve the quality in this application. What is the third step? The QA aim prevent the defect. The QA aim prevent the defect. The next one. The QA having one technique, that is how to manage the quality. The next one. The QA is not involved in execution time. but everyone is responsibility to QA. Okay, done. QA, the difference between QA and QC. The difference between QA and QC. Under QA, first point, the QA, the QA provide request or assurance. The QA provide request or assurance to QC. To QC. The request, next point, the request or assurance is nothing but the request or assurance is nothing but the request or assurance is nothing but in this application, we will achieve the quality. In this application, we will achieve the quality. In this application, we will achieve the quality. The next one. The QA main aim. The QA main aim prevent the defect. The QA main aim prevent. What is the meaning of the prevent? Sorry? Prevent the defect. PREVENT. Prevent the defect. The next one. The QA having one technique that is how to manage the quality. How to manage the quality. The next point. The QA is not involved in execution time. The QA not involved in execution time, comma, but everyone is responsibility to QA. But everyone is responsibility to QA. Okay. Is it clear, guys? Everybody? Okay. The next one, quality control. Quality control, QC. Yeah. What is the first step, QA? The QA provides some requests to QC people. Okay. The QC fulfill the request. The QC fulfill the request. What is the fulfill means? Accept the request. Okay. The QC fulfill the request. Bracket accept. What is the second step? Yeah, we will achieve the quality in this application. The QA provide we will achieve the quality in this application. The QC able to validate the quality. The QC able to validate the quality. The next point, QA. The main aim, prevent the defect. The QC main aim, improve the and identify the defects. Improve and identify the defects. The next one. Yeah. They know how to manage the quality. The QC people having one technique, how to improve the quality. The QC people having one technique. They know how to manage the quality. They know how to validate and improve the quality. The next point. The QC people are involved in execution time. The QC people are getting any quality issues, only responsibility QA. The QC people are having any quality issues, only responsibility QA. But QA people are not involved, but everyone is responsibility. QC people are involved, any quality issues is there, only responsibility QA. I will repeat again. The QC fulfill the request. The QC fulfill the request. The QC people validate and improve the quality. Validate and improve the quality. They have the QA main aim, prevent the defect. Prevent the defect. The QC main aim, improve and identify the defects. The QA having one technique, how to manage the quality. The QC having one technique and how to validate and improve the quality. The QA is not involved in execution time. The QC is involved in execution time. The QA people got any issues, everyone is the responsibility. The QC people getting any quality issues, only responsibility QA. That is we call QA and QC. Yes, write down. The QC fulfill the request. Inside of the bracket, accept. The QC fulfill the request. Okay, next point. The QC identify and improve the defects. Identify and improve the defect. The QC main aim, improve the defect and validate the quality. Improve the defect and validate the quality. Inside of the bracket, extend. Improve the quality and they will extend the application. Okay, extend. Improve the quality and validate the application. In bracket, extend. The next one. The QC having one technique. The QC having one technique, how to validate the quality. The QC having one technique. What is the technique? How to validate the quality. They have one technique. What is the technique? How to manage the quality. They have one technique. How to validate the quality. Okay. Yeah. The QC is not involved in execution. Very good. The QC is involved in execution time. The QC involved in execution time, but only responsibility QA. The QC involved in execution time, but only responsibility QA. This is we call the difference between the QA and QC. Any doubt? Do you have any doubt? The next one, entry criteria and exit criteria. Entry criteria and exit criteria. Entry criteria and exit criteria. Entry, okay? Exit. Entry, exit. Clear? Entry, exit. Before doing the testing, the testing related all environment should be ready or not before enter. Before doing the testing, before starting the testing, before doing the testing related all environment should be ready or not. Second point, every requirement related scenarios we covered or not. Every requirement related scenarios we covered or not. Next point. Every requirement related scenarios is available in test plan. Every requirement related scenarios is available in test plan. The test plan related all test cases is there or not. You guys are observed. Every requirement related scenarios is there in test plan. This test plan related all test cases is there or not. Is it clear or not? I will repeat one more time. Entry, before starting the testing related all environment should be ready or not. Clear? The next one. Every requirement scenarios we covered or not. Third point. Every requirement scenarios is available in test plan. The test plan related all test cases is there or not in test case document. Okay, you guys are observed. Every requirement related scenarios is there in test plan. Okay, this test plan related all test cases is there or not in test case document. This is the requirement. This is the test plan. This is the test case document. Everything is there as per our expectation, not customer expectation. You can do the testing. Everything is there as per our expectation. We can start the testing. That is, we call everything is available as per our expectation. You can enter. You can enter. That is, we call entry criteria. That is, we call entry criteria. Is it clear or not? Shall I repeat? The first point, entry criteria and exit criteria. Okay. The first one, entry. The first one, entry. Yeah, I will repeat again, Meena. Listen, I will repeat again. Entry. Before starting the testing, the testing related, environment or prerequisites. Environment should be ready or not. The testing related, every environment should be ready or not. We need to validate. Should be ready or not. We need to validate. Next point. Every requirement related scenario, every requirement related scenario we covered or not. We covered or not. Okay, next point. Every requirement related scenario, every requirement related scenario is available. Every requirement related scenario is available in test plan, comma. Every requirement related scenario is available in test plan, comma. Based on the test plan, every scenario related, based on the test plan, every scenario related test cases, every scenario related test cases is there or not inside of? Yes. Every scenario related test cases is there or not in test case document. Next one. Everything is available. Everything is available as per tester expected. Everything is available as per tester expected, our expected. Then we can start the testing. Then we can start the testing. Then we can start the testing. Clear? Then we can start the testing. The next one, exit criteria. Exit criteria. Listen, first point. Once complete the testing, how many defects were found? Once complete the testing, how many defects were found? Second point, in this defects, how many defects are critical and high? In this defects, how many defects are critical and high? Third point. Once fix the critical and high defects in this application, once fix the critical and high defects in this application, what is the application behavior? What is the application behavior? Once fix the critical and high defects in this application, what is the application behavior? The application behavior, next point. The application behavior is there as per customer expected. You can exit. The application behavior is there as per customer expected. You can exit. Yeah, application is there as per customer expected. No need to do anything here. Stop the testing, you can release the application. Stop the testing, you can release means exit. That is we call exit criteria. Yeah, I will repeat again. First point, once complete the testing, listen, I will tell you. Once complete the testing in this application, how many defects we found? How many defects are critical and high? Yeah, I will repeat again. Once testing is completed, how many defects were found? How many defects were found? First step. Once complete the testing is completed. Okay. How many defects were found? Second point. In this application, how many defects are critical and high? Second point. Third point. Once fix the all critical and high defects, once fix the all critical and high defects, what is the application behavior? Fourth point, the application behavior is there as per our customer expected when once fix the all critical and high defect. The application behavior is there as per customer expected. We can exit. Exit means stop the testing. We can exit. That is we call exit criteria. Is it clear? First point, exit criteria. How many defects were found? How many defects were found? How many defects were found. Okay. The next one. In this application, how many defects are high, critical and high level? In this application, how many defects are high and critical? Are critical or high? Okay. Once in this application, how many defects are critical and high? The third point, once fix the all, once fix, once fix, once fix all critical and high defects. Once fix all critical and high defects. What is the application behavior? Okay, the next point. The next point. The application behavior is there. The application behavior is there. The application behavior is there as per customer expected. As per customer expected is there. We can exit inside of the bracket, stop the testing. We can exit, stop the testing. Is it clear? That is we call exit entry criteria and exit criteria. Okay. Okay. The next one. The next one. Test summary report. The next one. Test summary report. Tuesday, guys, online and offline, guys. Tuesday, yeah, maximum Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday or Wednesday. Okay. Tuesday or Wednesday, I will start the automation. Okay. Tuesday or Wednesday, I will start the automation. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. Jira. Jira, I will start. Thank you. Jira, it will be take 10 days. Okay, thank you. I forget. Okay, Jira, I will start. Maybe Tuesday or Monday, it will be close. Manual testing. Only one concept is there. Two concepts is there. Okay. After completion of the test summary, we have two concepts is there. That is some little bit big concepts. Okay, it will be take 4 days. Okay. And tomorrow, day after tomorrow. Okay, 3 days. It's enough. Okay. And after that, I will start the Jira. Jira, it will be take 7 to 10 days. Yeah, confirm 7 to 10 days. Why? Because in Jira, how to install the Jira and how to create the sprint, how to log the defect to developer, and how to write the test cases in Jira. Everything I will explain. Okay. Which purpose we need to use in Jira real time. Everything I will explain. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Test summary report. Okay. See guys, in closed out, we need to attach the test summary report also. Okay. In this closed out, we need to attach test summary report also. In this test summary report, what I need to mention? The first one, what type of user card we are able to verify? Which type of user card or requirement we are able to verify? Okay. For that second point, for that user card or requirement, if you want to write the test cases, how many test cases we are able to write? Third point, if you want to write the test cases for that user cards, how many days you need? How many days we need? If you want to execute that user card, how many days you need? Right? How many days? Execute how many days? The fourth point, before release the application to customer as a tester, all the defects we need to validate. All the defects we need to validate. What we need to validate defects? How many defects are open state? How many defects are closed state? How many defects are open status? How many defects are closed status? Next point. Before release the application to customer, must and should we need to close the all defects. Before release the application to customer, must and should we need to close all the defects. This type of information we are able to provide inside of the test summary report. Is it clear? I will repeat. The first one, which type of requirement we are able to verify and validate? Okay. A requirement ni verify chestunam, validate chestunam. Which type of requirement we are able to validate and verify? For that requirement or requirement key, how many test cases we are able to create? Any test cases మనం రాయగలం. Third point, for that requirement, if you want to write the test cases, how many days you need? Test cases రాయాలంటే ఎన్ని రోజులు కావాలి? If you want to execute the requirement related test cases, how many days you need? Execute చేయాలంటే ఎన్ని రోజులు కావాలి? Before release the application to customer, we need to validate the defect status. How many defects are open status? How many defects are closed status? రిలీజ్ చేసే ముందు అన్ని డిఫెక్ట్స్ ని వాలిడేట్ చేయాలి. ఎన్ని డిఫెక్ట్స్ ఓపెన్ లో ఉన్నాయి, ఎన్ని డిఫెక్ట్స్ క్లోజ్ లో ఉన్నాయి. If you want to release the application to customer, before release must and should we need to close all the defects. తప్పనిసరిగా రిలీజ్ చేసే ముందు అన్ని డిఫెక్ట్స్ క్లోజ్ చేయాలి. This information we need to provide inside of the test summary report. Clear? Test summary report. Test summary report. Which requirement we are able to verify and which requirement we are able to verify. Which requirement we are able to verify. The next point, for that requirement, how many test cases we are able to create? For that requirement, how many test cases we are able to create? For that requirement, how many test cases we are able to create? If you want to create a test cases, for that, if you want to create a test cases, for that, how many days we need? How many days we need? Okay, the next point. If you want to execute that test case document, if you want to execute that test case document, how long it will be take? How long it will be take? How long or how many days it will be take? How long it will be take? Next point, before release the application, before release the application to customer, before release the application to customer, the tester need to validate, defect status. Before release the application to customer, as a tester, we need to validate defect status. Before release the application, we need to validate the defect status. Before release the application, we need to validate the defect status. Okay, next line. How many defects are open status and closed status? How many defects are open status and closed status? The next one. Before release, the tester need to close all the, before release, the tester need to close all the open defects. Before release, the tester need to close all the open defects. Next point. This information we need to provide in test summary report. This information need to provide in test summary report. In test summary report. Okay. Yeah. I will repeat again. The first point is the which requirement we are able to verify. For that requirement, how many test cases we are able to create. If you want to create the test cases for that requirement, how many days we need? Okay. If you want to execute the test case document, how long it will be take? How long it will be take? Before release the application to customer, we need to validate the defect status. How many defects are open status? How many defects are closed status? Before release, we need to close all open defects. This information we need to provide under test summary report. Clear on? The next one, testing terminology. The next one, testing terminology. Okay. Guys, in real time, we are able to use different types of terminology. In real time, we are able to use different types of terminology. Okay. What type of terminology we are able to use in real time? If you want to use the agile methodology, or if you want to use waterfall model, what type of terminology we are able to use in real time? I will tell you. Okay. The first one is the release. The release is nothing but we need to release the application to customer through sprint wise. Release is nothing but we need to release the application to customer through sprint wise, not whole application, not whole application. Okay, clear? Yeah. The next one, delivery. Once product is ready, we need to deliver the application to customer. We need to deliver the whole application to customer. Once product is ready, everything is done. Development is done, testing is done, performances, everything is done. Now ready to deliver the application to customer. That is whole application, not sprint. Is it clear or not? Yeah, I will repeat. The delivery is nothing but we need to, the delivery is nothing but once product is ready, we need to deliver whole application to customer. That is we call delivery. The next one, test suite. The next one, test suite. The test suite is nothing but combination of different types of test cases. The test suite is nothing but combination of different types of test cases. The next one is the test bed. The next one is the test bed. The test bed is nothing but combination of test suite and test environment is nothing but a test bed. Combination of test suite and test bed is nothing but a combination of test suite and test environment is nothing but a test bed. I will repeat one more time. Combination of test suite and test environment, test suite to test environment is nothing but test bed. Okay. The next one, defect. What is the defect? Huh? What is the defect? Sorry. Very good. What is the bug? Once we got the defect we need to inform to the developer. The developer accept our defect the time we call defect. Sorry, bug. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Error. What is the error? Error is the human mistake. Okay. While executing the code, the developer getting any mismatches, that is we call a error. Okay. What is the failure? Failure. Yeah, very good. Once we release the application to the customer validate the application. In the time the customer found any defects in this application, he will provide the feedback to company people. Your build is fail. Is it clear? Okay. The next one, latent defect. Latent defect. This is done by customer end. Once release the application to customer, the customer found any defects in this application, the time that defect we call latent defect. In real time we call in that meeting latent defect we got. Why you are testing this application late? Once you guys are heard that what latent, that is got from customer. The latent defect is nothing but once we release the application to customer, the customer found any defect, that is we call latent defect. The next one, version control. Version control. We release the application to customer. Already we deliver the application to customer. After 1 year, the application need to update. The customer communicate with the company people. Once update the application, we got one new version. Once update the application, we got one new version. That version where we need to provide. That version where we need to provide. That information you need to get from the customer. The customer will teach you guys are provide new version first 1.0. Okay. After that 2.0. After that 3.0. Like that. Yeah. Version control. Once we deliver the application to customer, after some time, the customer need to update the application. After deliver the application, after some time, the customer need to update the application. Once updating the application, we got any updated version, we need to provide the in particular location based on the customer expected. That is we call version control manually. Okay, only manual. Automation is different. Okay. The next one, prototype. What is the prototype? Yes. The prototype is nothing but a rough diagram. What is the rough diagram? When you are able to use rough diagram, that's it. When we are unable to understand some requirement, then we are able to create the rough diagram. That's it. The next one, check-in, check-out. Check-in, check-out. Check-in is nothing but if you want to provide If you want to provide any, if you want to provide any information related application, we need to store inside of repository. That is we call check-in. If you want to store anything about your application, if you want to store anything about your application, that information we need to store inside of the repository. The company people, not company people, the project people will provide the repository location. Everything, this application related evidences and everything, screenshots and code, everything we need to store inside of the repository. Store, that is we call check-in. If you want to store any information about your application, we need to store inside of the repository. That is we call check-in. This is only team able to access. This is only team able to access. Team means only testing team. Okay, 4 members is there. This repository only able to access these 4 members. Developers are unable to access. Okay, that one I will tell you who are able to access. Whole people who are involved this application. Okay, that is I will tell you. The next one, checkout. If you want to download any information from your repository, that is we call checkout. If you want to download any information from your repository, that is we call checkout. Okay, the next point, yeah, that's it. Check-in means store the information about your application. Okay, store anything about your application information inside of the repository, that is we call check-in. Checkout is nothing but if you want to, if you need any information about your application, you need to download from repository, that is we call checkout. Okay, simple. In meeting, new someone is joined today, okay, in this project. Okay, and they will explain, team lead will explain, yeah, you guys and who are joined the this project yesterday, okay, new guys, you guys are download the documents, you guys are check in from repository. Check in from repository, that is the technical terminology. Okay, you guys are check in from repository. Sorry, check out from repository. Okay, check out from repository. You guys are check out from repository. And old guy, I mean existing employees, yeah, you guys are help to them. Okay, and everything is check in or not. Everything is check in or not. Everything is check in. You guys are check out. Clear? That is the terminology in real time. The next one, SharePoint. SharePoint. The SharePoint, everyone able to access. Everyone means who are involved in this project. Everyone able to access the SharePoint. That is we call SharePoint. Okay, that is we call SharePoint. Version control, yes. Defector, everything is done. Everything is latent defect, yes. Defect age, important. Defect age. The defect age is nothing but defect open time and close time, or defect open date and close date. Open time, close time between the gap we call defect age. Okay, for example, we log the defect 10 a.m. The developer closed the defect 12 p.m. What is the defect age? 2 hours. We log the defect today. The developer today 10 a.m. The developer fixed the defect tomorrow 10 a.m. What is the defect age? 1 day. The defect age is the 1 day. Okay. The defect age is nothing but defect open time and close time, open date and close date. That's it. Clear? Any doubt? Okay, write down. Testing terminology. The first one, release. The first one, release. The release is nothing but we are able to provide the application. The release is nothing but we are able to provide the application to customer through sprint wise. Through sprint wise. That is we call release. Okay. The next one, delivery. Once the product is ready, once the product is ready, we are able to deliver. We are able to deliver whole application. We are able to deliver whole application to customer. The next one, test suite. The next one, test suite. The test suite is nothing but combination of different types of test cases. Combination of different types of test cases. Okay. Clear? The next one, test bed. Combination of test suite and test environment. Combination of test suite and test environment is nothing but test bed. Already you guys are able, you did defect. What is the defect and what is the bug? Okay, that is not required. The next one, latent defect. Once we release the application to customer, the customer, once we release the application to customer, the customer found any defect, that is we call latent defect. That is we call latent defect. Okay, done now? The next one, prototype. prototype. Whenever the user unable to understand the requirement, whenever the user unable to understand the requirement, whenever the user unable to understand the requirement, the time the user create prototype bracket rough diagram. The time the user create prototype bracket rough diagram bracket rough diagram. We are a user. Okay. We are unable to understand the requirement, then immediately I need to create the prototype, rough diagram. In this rough diagram, I need to divide it. How many requirements is the software? How many requirements is the hardware? Okay, I need to provide the demo to client about the software, about the hardware. The client provide the clear information about the hardware and the software. The requirement I need to store inside of one document. In this time, what is the main disadvantage? In this time, money waste, time waste. Okay, we don't know when the customer is free. Okay, so this is we call prototype. The next one, version control. I will continue tomorrow. Version control. I will continue tomorrow, Raspukun. Okay, version control, I will tell you tomorrow. Online guys, if you have any doubt, please text me here. Online guys, okay? Yeah, Devinder, I will explain tomorrow. Okay? Tomorrow you can text me. Definitely I will explain tomorrow. Thank you. Yeah, I am recording better. Recording separate. Okay, guys. Thank you. Thank you very much. I will continue tomorrow. Bye.